I'm delighted to welcome Luke Hopper, our new player and assistant manager, to Devizes Town. Luke, for those of the listeners at home who aren't familiar with you, can you tell us a little bit about your footballing journey that's brought you to Nurstead Road?
Started off at Devizes when I was 8 years old. My dad and Chrissy's dad and a friend of mine, Alex's dad, were kind of the guys that almost set up the youth. So I started playing here when I was 8 years old. Through that, played with Chrissy at Swindon for a little bit, and then just kind of been around the non-league circuit around this sort of area from then on.
So Devizes Town is a club that's close to your heart? Yeah,
for sure. Grew up in Devizes as well. Been here most of my life, moved away a couple of times and come back. But yeah, for sure, it's all of the guys that are now kind of involved. Dan, Tom, and obviously Chrissy. We all grew up around here. Every Saturday I'd be here from lunchtime until we went home. Really, like my parents played here. My dad played here. My mum was up here on the committee and stuff back in the day. So yeah, for sure, it's definitely a club that I'm very familiar with.
So bringing success to the club is obviously an important part of what you want to do. I mean, as assistant manager, what are you hoping to achieve over the coming season?
To probably start off with would be kind of get a good competitive team together for the year, for the season. I'm sure Chrissy's touched on it, but there's a lot of changes, both on and off the field, for the season. So yeah, look, I mean, we haven't come here just to kind of just be here and be in the league. We want to do really well, and however long that takes, it takes. But ultimately, we want to do well, and like I say, none of us are here just to kind of let it tick over.
So, what was it that attracted you to the Devizes project?
So obviously, I started here. I always thought that I'd be back here. Me and Chrissy used to joke about it when we were younger, saying we'd end up back here playing together. And then obviously it's now happened. So one of it is obviously that. Dan and Tom, when they spoke to us, they've got really big plans in terms of what they want to do off the pitch as well. So I think it's a club on the up. They certainly say so. They certainly think so. So hopefully with their ambition and our ambition, we will hopefully do good things.
Is there a blueprint club for you in Wiltshire that you'd like to see Devizes follow? Because many of the people I speak to refer to Devizes, not least because of the size of the town, as a sleeping giant. And we've seen the success that Melksham have had. We've seen the success that certainly Corsham had last season. You know, and obviously just down the road we've got Chippenham as well. So I mean, for you, what is the model that you'd like to see the club follow?
I mean, facilities wise and off the field wise, for sure, Melksham, I was there at the end of last season. That was obviously cut short for this opportunity. I was looking to play again next year for them and for the next couple of years, but this opportunity was too good to turn down. So that's where I'm not. But Melksham for sure are a great example. Had a ground probably similar to this, maybe a bit smaller, and kind of look where they're playing now. The facilities are unbelievable, enough probably better than teams in the Conference South, for example. So you know, they are a great example, I would say.
Excellent. Now, we heard earlier from Chris about his the influences on him and his footballing philosophy. For those of us who haven't seen you play, what sort of a player are you? What players have influenced the way that you've wanted to play the game?
So I'm a striker. I'm not a quick striker, certainly not anymore. So for me, I'm kind of a hold-up player, a target man, if you like. Just kind of playing around the box and hopefully try and get a tap in, and yeah, just that sort of thing. Yeah.
And what about that jump from playing to obviously being the assistant manager? I mean, that's going to change the nature of the relationship that you're going to have with the players to a certain extent, certainly from what you're used to. So when you think about the managers that you've had in the course of your experience in the game, which ones have sort of had a lasting effect on you?
Yeah, obviously my role is going to change now, and I've kind of not even thought about playing because I've been thinking, you know, about how I would see my role. I've been fortunate enough to play under some really good managers and coaches and stuff like that. So I'm hoping to kind of take a bit of each of them that I think really helped me and probably helped other teammates at the time. Played under some really good coaches and managers, and like I say, I'll be giving them all a call over the next kind of couple of weeks and trying to pick their brain and try and use kind of all the good information that they have.
Excellent, Luke. It's been lovely to meet you, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you. Cheers.